Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Saint Artist. We're going to talk about Saint Makeup. Here it is. Beautiful cream-based 3D foundation. Everything I need is right here. My whole face fits in one place. I want to talk about when you get your makeup and you try it out and you feel like it looks cakey. Let's talk about cakey. Cakey means you've put on too much. So with Saint Makeup, it's 80% pigmentation. So it's a high pigmentation makeup, which means you need less product. So when we say less is more, we mean less is more. You can get full coverage makeup with what is traditionally known as probably light to medium coverage makeup because you don't need so much. With traditional makeup, it's 18% pigmentation, so you need to put on a lot. So what you're used to putting on, you need to really rein it back. So you're gonna do one of two things. You're either going to over apply or you're going to be scared of over applying and under apply. So it's all just a game of playing with this. Saint is going to make makeup fun again. That's one of the things I loved about the makeup is that it made it fun again. Every day I got to try out the new makeup and play with it and see what worked and what I liked and all the things. So I've got two brushes here. I have the 3D brush, which is a denser brush. It's got a pointy end, it has a short end, and then I have the blush and bronzer brush. I want to focus on these two ends because they are very similar. Now I want you to keep in mind, the denser the brush, the more product you will pick up. So the lighter the brush, the more fluffy it is, the less you will pick up. So these are great middle of the road brushes. And I like this end for picking up excess product, which we will get into down the road. So I want to show you these two things. I'm going to show you how to avoid putting on too much makeup. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get into my palette and I'm going to find my main highlight. So right now I'm actually too dark for Candlelit and I'm too light for June. So I've been mixing them. When you put on this makeup, you're going to take a brush and you're going to tap between the two or tap into your color. Okay. And this is what it should look like. You should see the makeup on the tips of the bristles. And then I always start towards the back and I just stipple this on and I put it where I want it, like a sponge. When you're sponging a wall, you just put all the product where it needs to be, and then you can use a really light circular motion to blend it out. And this will give you a nice light coverage. This is just going to even the skin tones out. I don't need to put it all over my face. I just need to put this where I need it. Now I'm gonna be using contour. I have some discoloration up here, so I bring it up a little high, and then I bring it to my nose and into my chin area. And that's the only place I put my main foundation. Okay, I'm gonna grab this brush and I'm gonna wipe. And this is what it looks like on the brush. This is what too much makeup looks like. This is going to go on thick. This is gonna go on cakey, creamy, and it's going to be uneven because we've smeared it across the bristles and we've pressed them down. You can see how they're not sitting on the tips of the bristles like the last brush was. So, I'm gonna wipe some of that excess off and see what this does once you've wiped it. See how the bristles just are stiff and they don't move appropriately? That means you're going to be putting on your makeup too thick. Too thick. So let's grab that again. I shouldn't have wiped it off. So we're gonna wipe it on. We're gonna put that on all awful. And we're gonna start putting this on and it's going to look cakey. This is going to look thick and creamy and it's going to add texture. As you can see, the difference on the sides of the face, you can kind of see, you can really see how heavy this is, but how this side is much lighter. And so I'm gonna put this on in a heavy way, and I'm just gonna put it in the same areas, but because I have so much, it's going to cake, it's gonna gather, it's gonna sink, it's gonna accentuate my pores. Okay, so we have it on, and there we go. All right, we're gonna get into contour now. I'm gonna go in with that same brush and I'm gonna push in to my contour here. And I am just going to push this on the side of my forehead here. And then I'm also gonna bring this down the side of my nose. I'm just gonna stipple this. I actually like my finger better. So I'm just gonna tap this down and draw it on the top side of my nose here. And then I'm just gonna tap this on. The nice thing about contour is because it's cream and it's not powder, it's a foundational coverage. And it just goes on in a really pretty way. This is foundational coverage, so I don't need to stack this on top of anything. I'm pushing this, again, tapping this on, so you just see it on the, you can't even see, it's so pigmented, you really don't need a lot. I'm going to focus this on my cheekbone. I'm holding it at an angle and I'm pushing this onto my cheekbone. And I'm just pushing this up and down, up into that top corner right there. And all it does is it's giving me dimension, foundational coverage, and it just gives me some lift. This can also, you can pull it down and you can round out your cheeks a little more. All right, let's switch to this brush. So I put too much on and it has that cakiness on there. I'm going to push in to that contour, same thing. We're gonna wipe it because it's too much. And you can see, it just the bristles just don't do what they need to do when you're putting this on, and it's gonna go on heavy and dark. I'm gonna squeeze this and I'm gonna push this down on the side of my nose, but you see how much goes on when you put it on that way? And then it's uneven. It doesn't, my bristles aren't doing what they need to do. That's why you don't wipe. That's why you stipple it on. But wiping it on just cakes it up and it makes your brush not do the job it can do. I'm gonna put some down here because there's just way too much on this brush. But I wanted to show how when you get this makeup, it's different. This isn't what you're used to. This isn't like those powders that you're used to using. It is fixable, but if you're wiping this on your brush and you're caking up your brush, it's gonna go on uneven. You're gonna have to work a little bit harder. You can still get the same result. It's just gonna take a little more work. And so right here, I'm just trying to get this in a nice, even tone. Just like that. Just like that. But you see the difference? Do you see how flawless this looks? And just, this is a little harder to work with. I'm gonna show you how to correct this and we're gonna look all fine in the end, I promise. Okay, so I'm trying to get my nose a little worked out here, but again, like I said, this is all workable, it just takes more work. Just wanna get the tip taken care of. I like to square off my nose. Just like that, okay. Brightening, okay? I kinda don't wanna do this. I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna go into my brightening, which is for sight, and I'm gonna wipe it on. Do you see? When you wipe it on, it just gets thick and cakey. And so I'm gonna put this right here on the mid of my forehead. Now this is an easily textured area, especially if you have mature skin. And I'm coming down the nose and I'm gonna go right here on this inner part of the eye. Now when you're messing with your under eyes and you're putting on too much product, it is going to get cakey. It is going to accentuate all those fine lines and wrinkles. I like to apply with my finger and just apply so much and not put it on the brush. And I'm just gonna tap this over because you need less is more. We're just evening out our skin tone. That's really all makeup is doing, is even, we're not trying to change our skin. We're trying to even out the tones, give dimension, and look pretty. We're not trying to look like a different person. We're just trying to look pretty. Okay, switch into that end right here, and we're gonna keep pushing this. Now this is gonna move super easy because I have so much product on, but this is gonna, putting on too much product is going to make my eyes, I can even bring that way up here, there's so much. It's going to make our eyes look smaller than they actually are. Look at that, whatever's left, I can just bring that right up there with that brush. But do you see the difference in my eye by adding too much makeup? And that's where people are like, I don't like this, I quit, I don't want it. This makeup is very easily mess upable. But by doing things differently, it's going to make things easier. But do you see how this just closes my eye? This can look very much like that chalky makeup you're used to, but we don't, there's a reason you're trying something new. There is a reason you're trying something new. So what I've done is I've switched to this end and I'm just trying to make this all work. I really don't want to do this because it just looks so bad. I look unnatural because of too much makeup. If you want your skin to look like your skin, I mean, this side of my face is looking hacked. Hacked. All right, so we're going to get into some bronzer here. I'm going to go into Bella Bronzer and I'm just tapping that on. You can see where it is on the tips of the bristles, but it's not caking. This brush still looks like a brush. And I'm gonna go right up here and I'm just going to warm up my skin. That's all bronzer is doing, is taking and adding a little bit of sun to your cheeks, just like that. Bringing it down to the cheeks, up like that. Now, you can wipe it and make our bristles stick. And then we're gonna put it on and it's gonna look way too splotchy. I'm gonna flip it to this end and We're gonna try to blend it. Oh gosh, it just doesn't work. So the thing with this makeup is keep circling this and keep blending it, and it's going to blend down. But as you can see, building up product in your brush, this is why cleaning your brushes is important. This is why tapping into a product is important. We're going to blend this down. I'm gonna show you how to fix this in the end. I keep wanting to fix it, but this is where the makeup just looks unnatural. I have to. Okay. Blush. I've been really liking this combo. It's going to be Sangria. I use my finger and I'm going to pop this up here, right here on the top of my cheek. And then I'm going to go into the shade of the month, Audrey. Almost forgot the name because it's new. And I'm going to pop that right there too. And we're going to ombre this together. I'm just going to do the same thing over here. We're just going to pop this up here. We're going to pop this right here. I just can't keep loading this up. But you're used to putting on a lot of product. So here I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to start on the pink. We're used to putting a lot of product on our face with traditional makeups. Just, you have to fight that urge because you can get such a beautiful finish by using less. Okay, I'm going to go to this brush that's been caked makeup on, and it just makes it a little harder to blend the makeup and get that even skin tone. And it also is going to pick up old product. It's just not going to do what it needs to do. I mean, this is just so much makeup. It's even taken off my brows. We'll fix those in a minute. Okay, so this is the makeup. You can have this really beautiful, flawless, looks like your skin look, or you can make yourself look a bit unnatural and cakey. So here's what you need to do. Go find the fluffy end of this brush, and we're going to just sweep this over everything. And what this is going to do is it's going to pick up the excess product, okay? That's all I'm doing here. So if you have a beauty blender, which everyone has a beauty blender, I don't go in, Saint has a great beauty blender, but you can go and get a nice $4 one. And you're going to take it, you can get it wet, wring it out, put it in a towel, wring it out really good. You can even use it dry, and you're gonna tap over that under eye. Don't use a brush to clean up too much product under your eye because it's going to pull at the skin and it's going to mature it. Here we can just tap this down and tap this out, but it's going to pick up the product. You can put it all over and blend this out, okay? There's two ways of picking up excess product to give you that finish that you want. And once you pick it up, then you can go in and you can tap in and you can start adding things to make them look like they're supposed to. I'm gonna switch to my blush here and I'm gonna go into Audrey. I'm just gonna tap some Audrey right here. And that's it, but I was able to take too much makeup and tone it down to match the other side. That's it, we take our powder. It's really easy to correct too much product. But don't discount the makeup because you've applied too much, because it's not the makeup that's the problem. It's that there's just too much product because this is an adjustment. This is new. This is different. I'm just taking vanilla dust and I'm going to set my oily areas. Understanding that this is not like anything you're used to is key. Okay? This isn't like anything that you're used to. It's different. So it's going to be applied differently and you may over apply, and that's okay too. I'm gonna fix my eyebrow because I plumb took it off by applying too much makeup. I'm just gonna take my angle brush, grab a little trust, and boom, we're gonna apply that on. There we go, I have an eyebrow again. I'm gonna pull that puppy down and fix it. Whoo-wee, all right. We're going to take our set. Now I'm going to show you this. I'm going to take my setting spray. I use Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to spray a lot on. A lot. I want to look good. Look at that. Let's go out. If there was ever something about Mary, that was going to be. Okay, so my face is good and wet. Okay, my face is good and wet. I want to take that beauty blender on the side I over applied, and I'm just going to tap over some more. And this will help pick up that excess product that I've put on, especially right here. You really want to focus on maybe a beauty blender right here because you have a lot of movement in this area. Large pores live in this area, so you want to tap this out and get under the eye. It's really focusing on under the eye around this right here because we have the crease of our nose, the smile lines, our mouth is moving all the time. Maybe you have some fine lines around your mouth. Spray the heck out of your face with setting spray and then just go over and pick up all that excess product. That's the trick of how to tone down too much product. It's okay. And then if that still isn't cutting it, contact me, contact your artist. If I'm not your artist, contact your artist and troubleshoot with them. That's why we do this. We do this not to just make a quick buck, because let's be real. I'm selling $14 tins here, okay? We do this because we love it. Like, we like this makeup. When you like something, you tell your friends. How many people do you tell you don't like something? But when you like something, you tell your girlfriends, like, hey, I found this amazing makeup. You should try it. If you're struggling with the makeup, we became artists to help troubleshoot. We came here so that you can get real-time help. You're putting on the makeup, it's not working. You send us a message and chances are we're probably gonna message you back pretty quick. So keep that in mind. And if you have any struggles with the makeup, contact your artist. Best advice ever. Your best tool with Saint Makeup isn't the brushes, isn't the setting spray, isn't the creams. Your best tool for succeeding with using this new kind of makeup, which is incredible. I've been using it for over 2 years and I've never used a solid product for that long ever when it comes to makeup. So your best tool is me. I'm your best tool for this makeup. Okay, that's it. Have a great day.